Hey, thanks for stopping by the review channel. This video is going to be very interesting. I've been in a video production company for 35 years. I'm not retired, but I've been doing different types of tutorials on how I shot different bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and services and weddings and so forth. And this one's about bat mitzvah. Okay, so this is about the party. This is an awesome party with an awesome DJ, very high energy, a lot of cool lighting, caught a lot of cool different effects in this video. So I just want to go with you and talk to you a little bit about how I did it and the skill level and what we use for equipment. The equipment is going to be listed down below. So all the equipment that I did use for this video, for producing these videos, was down below, so you can take a look at that link. But I just want to talk to you a little bit about how I did it so you can get some insight. So if you're thinking about starting your own business, this is how you do it and get some experience and see through me and give me some. If you have any questions, ask me. But before we get into this, please like, share, and subscribe below. You'll be notified of any future videos and all types of videos as well. Check my channel. There's tons of different content on it as well. So I hope you like this, and let's get to it. Okay guys, so let's get into this video. So this video is a full edited video. It's a really long video, but I want to give you an idea of what I did and how I did it. So you can get some idea on shooting a bat or a bar mitzvah party. If you ever think about getting into the video production business, you want to start your own company, there's a list of equipment that you would probably need down below. Take a look at that link. Just keep in mind that you should always have 2 cameras. You should have extra meter, extra batteries, extra power, a light, and also a wireless microphone if you're going to do anything with a microphone, or an external audio that if you want to capture audio from the DJ. Totally up to you. My style of videography is, like I said, I was doing this for 35 years. I retired like 4 years ago. So basically it's just a little bit of how I felt about video. It was really more documentary style. It wasn't really more about cinematic as much at that time. So it's really like kind of point and shoot. A lot of the video you're going to see here is all either handheld or a monopod. No tripods. Very difficult to shoot with a tripod when you have bar mitzvahs and parties, and it doesn't matter if it's a birthday party. I don't care if it's a wedding, a reception. It's very, very difficult. So you'll see in this video is a very good example of a high energy DJ, really good party, a lot of cool lighting, and you just got to get a good idea. And we'll talk through it. And if you have any questions at all through this video, please ask me. I don't want this video to get dinged at all on YouTube, so it's going to be kind of low in the background, but just give you a little bit of idea. So I'm going to be talking over a lot of the audio, but I want you to really get an idea on how I produced it. So if you want to do something, you should do it as well. Everything is shot, and everything I was shot with everything I edited was with Final Cut Pro X. So I'm a Mac guy, so everything here is on Final Cut Pro. So and let's just get into the video and see how I started it and see what it looks like, and let's talk through it. So this is how I would start this video. This is a really cool opening. So we don't want to get, like I said, I'm going to talk over this so I won't have any issues at all on YouTube. I really want you to see what I did and how I did it. So basically I was opening it all up, and I get all the opening shots, I get the flowers and get everything as it all opens up, and you can just see how I did it. So you got the table, and with just in her name. So this was a girl, so this was a bat mitzvah, and you can just see I get all the opening shots. There's balloons, there's all kinds of really cool, interesting things for this party. So I would get little snippets and little shots of everything, so you get an idea of what I'm doing here. So this is the entrance, the grand entrance. These are the balloons. You can see all the cool lighting. They had blinky lights. They had this was a really glitzy video, so they had a lot of cool stuff. They had just a lot of everything was embellished with this video, which is really kind of nice with this video. DJ had an awesome setup and a light up stage. You can see it's very cool. And I was on the stage with the kids, and I was never afraid to engage. And that's one thing you cannot be. So you got to be not afraid to be engaged. Get all the opening shots, get all the cool shots, get the balloons. Don't be afraid to play around as much as possible. You can edit it later on and see the style that you like. Chocolates, doesn't really matter. I mean, I pretty much shot everything. Any gifts, kids were signing in. So typically most bar and bat mitzvahs have a sign-in board, and you want to be able to make sure that you capture some of that kids coming in and signing in. That's really important, so you want to see that. And they also have a cake, so I get all the details from the cakes, all the details from the cakes, and the kids playing, dancing around. When they first arrive, they're all having a good time partying. So you can see I'm in there. I'm in there, and I'm not afraid. And you shouldn't be either, because the kids, they love it. They love video, and they want to be in it. Especially with social media today, everybody wants to be in the film. So that's really what it's about. So what I also would do is with my videos, so that was the beginning, so you can see a little bit of that, so little snippets of everything, shots of everything, and I always get some of the cocktail out with the parents, so I kind of mix both together. You can do what you want, it's your video, it's your production, you do what you want. I'm just telling you what I did. So I would get, after this segment here, then I would go right to the party, the cocktail hour for the parents. Everyone's, and it's a little bit more, of course, more subdued, more quiet, but you can see the difference, but that, again, they can see what they were involved with. And you can see what the kids were. And this is what this was. This was just basically just mingling. People were talking. So the kids were with the DJ dancing and just getting ready. And then the adults had their time for themselves. So that's what this segment was all about. And they had no music here, so I did dub in some basic harp music, some basic music in the background, and just kind of made it more interesting, like somebody was there. I would get I would get the friends and family to engage. So if anybody was talking, you can see that. So you got a snippet of that. So far we have the beginning. We have some of the cocktail hour with the parents, and then you can see this is the beginning of the actual party itself. Some of the kids are just dancing and you can I'll just let this play a little bit, and you get an idea how I'm in there on the floor. This is all handheld. Okay, so I'm working with the DJ. I know the DJ, I know the photographers, and eventually you get to know everybody and you'll understand how things work. So you can see, so I'm on the floor with a small light. Everything's well lit. You can see, so you're actually in the action. You feel like you're at this party, the bar mitzvah. If you feel like you're there, you did a great job. You know what I mean? You're not in the background. You can hear everything. Everything is clear audio, and that's really important, what it's all about. So they got some stuff. So the DJ works with the kids, and they will play games. I don't know if you've been to any type of this type of party, a bar mitzvah. They play a lot of games in the beginning with the kids. So they keep the kids busy, and you can just see they're playing Coke and Pepsi, and they're playing all types of different games. Again, this is I'm using a monopod. You can see it's up high. So the camera's on a monopod. I have the viewfinder wide open so I can see what's going on. I have the light cranked up all the way up. Doesn't matter. No one's being bothered whatsoever. And
this is the official opening to Hannah's Bat Mitzvah celebration. We need everybody around the dance.
So a lot of times the parents and all the guests would get involved in the beginning. The DJ gets the energy, cranked up and nice and high energy. And that's what he's trying to do, just, the build up for the introduction.
Else that is sitting down, we need you along the dance floor right now.
And let's get to the introduction here. Let's see. I think it's coming. So that's the brother. So we did his bar mitzvah. A few years later, he was a little younger there. 13 years old is typically the age for a bat mitzvah. So here's the introduction for the bat mitzvah girl, and you can see the dancers. Typical, some DJs will have 2 or 3 dancers, an MC, and a host. So this one here had 3 dancers, an MC, and a host. You can see there's 5 people that's actually running this function. And let's fast forward some of this. So you can see the ideas. Again, on the floor. Alright. You can just see I'm on the floor. I got the camera. No one's being bothered. I got a nice up shot so you can see everything. So you can see all the kids and all the kids getting real involved. You can see they're really having a good time. So you get an idea of what's going on here. So, you're in there, you're just capturing all the energy and all the party. And that's what this is all about. So not to be afraid. The kids are all waving. Everyone's having a good time. And this makes an awesome video. At least in my opinion. Like I said, the kids are not afraid. And don't be afraid to get out there and shoot it. It's just not a problem. They do love it. Okay, so let's move down here. So you can see they have the introductions. Parents will say welcome speech. So you get an idea what that's all about. Sometimes the photographer would always get a big group shot, so make sure you get some of that. Don't miss that. Basically, you can't miss anything. You got to really be aware of what's going on all the time. So this time here, this is a cake lighting ceremony. So what happens, the girl or boy, whatever you're shooting, would have a cake, and they would call up different people to come up to the cake and light a candle in honor for them. And that's what this called is the cake ceremony or the candle ceremony. So you can always ask about that if you're going to be doing any type of party like this, and you can see that. So they'll do like candles for to honor people, things like that. So you get a little bit of everything. So she lit a candle in honor of her grandmother. She's no longer here, so she did that. And then you'll get people who get called up, and they'll come up and light a candle. The photographer takes a picture, and just make sure you get the video of that. Don't miss that. This is like up there, right up there. This is like very, very important to shoot this whole thing. So make sure you have enough battery power, make sure you have the light power, and make sure you're ready to roll with media, because this could take quite a while. Just make sure you have everything ready for that. So you get the idea about that. So she's doing all that, and everyone's coming up and lighting the candles. So I'll give you an idea. So what I would do is once you call up the next person, I typically would pan to the right or left, depends, and I try to get them just coming into the shot. That's just how I did it. If you do a multi-camera shoot, that's great. You can shoot a B-roll and just get that second shot. But this is how I would do it. So you got that. So let's just move this out. Let's move down a little further. And then after that, they'll get into usually a high energy segment. There's a brother lighting a candle. You can see that. I thought this video makes it through without getting ding all these songs I'm playing. I'd be surprised, but I'm hoping you get an idea a little bit of the audio and how it sounds. I used a shotgun microphone on the camera. It's all listed below, so you can see exactly what I was using. Audio is good. I think the audio is fine. I don't think it's necessary to put an audio track on the DJ personally. You don't need that. I like the sound with the interaction with the guests and everything. I think it makes a much better video personally. Alright, so now they're getting into doing a horror. So horrors are basically a celebratory dance, and they typically would do this after they do the cake. Again, so typically sometimes I would use a wide-angle lens. I would pop on a wide-angle lens for this just to get a better perspective. Again, the camera on a monopod up high, because again, this is a very large group. You can see there's quite a few people here dancing, and you just don't want to be in the way. You got to be careful of that. So you can just see that. So they're all dancing, and then they always lift the child up on the chair. And if you saw my past videos, I have a couple different bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs. They always do the child and sometimes the parents. It all does depend on what they're doing. So I would do something like this. I would do like a special, so you can just get an idea here. So they will lift her up. And then I'll do like a special effect depending on what it is and how I felt. It's all about creativity, and everything is different. Everyone is different. They're not all cookie cutter for me. Everyone was different, and that's just the way I like to roll with it. They had the brother. Alright, then they have the parents. Let's move down here so you get an idea. So you get an idea. So this is a lot of the stuff is just all wide angle in the back. Basically standing behind the line. Okay, they had big lines, multiple circles. That's how they do it. And then you just stand in the back and hold up your tripod and your camera, and you should be in good shape.
Are you ready? It's the guy.
Okay, so then they went to a little high energy segment, so there's some more dancing. So most parties like this are really about a lot of dancing. They'll have photo booths, they'll have props, they'll have light up props. So you just make sure you just capture a little bit of everything with all this kind of stuff. They had a photo booth. So what I did here is I actually did a photo segment for this. Was actually kind of cool. I did the Jay Giles free frame. So they had a photo booth. So I would do a segment for this, which was kind of cool. This is how I did it like this. So you get an idea. So this was actually a really cool segment. It took a little bit of time to do it, but actually the edit process was actually pretty kind of cool. The old school freeze frame. I don't know if you saw the Jay Giles one. This is kind of like how I did it. So I would do actually freeze frames actually of the photo booth, which actually I thought was really kind of different. It's kind of cool and kind of cute, right? So you get an idea. So I wanted to also let you know, I used the GoPro. I put it inside the photo booth, and the GoPro got all the footage. I went back and edited it later, and that's how I got all that footage. So that's how that works. So you get an idea. Alright, so let's get into some more dancing, so you get an idea about that. Again, everything is all in a monopod or handheld in the actual group itself, and you can see everything as it unfolds. You can just, view everything. It's really, really kind of cool. Alright, let's get over here. They had ice cream.
Right now, put your hands up high and take 2 steps forward. And another 2 steps forward. And
this is typically at the end, so they had a ton of dancing, ton of parties. We got everything from all the soup to nuts, all the detail, all the lighting, all the dancing, right? We had the photo booth, they had the ice cream, they had the cake cutting, the introductions. You get everything, right? And that makes an awesome video as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so that's how the video would end, like that. So typically we try to get the child either to wave goodbye or say something, depending on how shy they were and if they wanted to say something.
Have a great night, everybody.
And she was shy. She didn't want to say anything, so she was kind of nervous. So that's how that video kind of ended. So that's pretty much how I shot that party. Again, everything was on a handheld, or everything was on a monopod. Light, adjustable, everything, all the equipment I use is all listed down below. If you have any questions or any comments on this video at all, any specific, how to work in the temple, I have some videos on how to work in the temple, how to work in the church, how to work at receptions, weddings, whatever. Anything you need help with, shoot me an email, shoot me a question below. I'll be glad to answer it. I'll be glad to help you out if you have any trouble with anybody, or any DJs or troubles with photography. I've been working with everybody for many, many years. So I'll try to give you my advice and my thinking on my thought and everything. And at the end of this video, I also do a highlight segment. A highlight segment basically is just a recap of the whole day. And typically they would like that at the end of the video. And it was just a basic, they'd choose a song what they like, and it would just incorporate everything. And that's pretty much, that's what this is. And this is all how I used to do it. So it was more like just shooting everything as the whole party. And basically it's like a recap of the whole day. So you can just see a little bit how everyone's dancing. So this is, I do a lot of different effects. You can see they had the socks for the kids. So I didn't want to, so you get an idea. So that's what it was. So basically, if you have any questions or comments below, let me know. Basically, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little long, but I really just wanted to get you a little bit of, show you a little bit of behind the scenes on how I shot it and my thought process behind it. And pretty much when I shoot these parties and in the weddings or bar mitzvahs or whatever I'm shooting, I always try to shoot to edit. Okay, it's really what it comes down to. I shoot to edit. You can just see I'm shooting this low. You know what I mean? You can just see the abstract of just how I was shooting everything. You can just get a good idea that everything was really about the party. And here they had you can see here they had the food for the kids. So I got everything. And the idea behind getting everything is that way you can just really relive it and take a look at it later and say, oh yeah, I had this, I had that, because things go by so fast you don't even know. Okay, so as you can see, don't be afraid to get out there and shoot the video. That's what it's all about. So I hope you like this quick segment, just pretty much how to shoot a party, a bat mitzvah, a bar mitzvah. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe below. You'll receive more information about future videos coming out. I do appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it wasn't too long. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and be safe and enjoy.